What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the All Things Fully podcast, hosted by myself, Ethan Reich. Today, I'm going to be talking about all the games that happened over the week in the Champions League, starting off with Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. A really good game, I think, for Barcelona if you take the score away. They played really well. I feel Pedri and Lewandowski both had a bunch of chances to score. Definitely should have scored. But Bayern were definitely more clinical of the two sides. Their two best chances resulting in goals. Barca had four good chances that didn't score anything from. So yeah, Bayern were at home as well. So most people I think would favor them. Although I had Barcelona winning. Um, yeah, I don't. I think it's kind of similar to the Man United Arsenal game. From a couple weeks ago. Yeah, Arsenal lost 3-1. Barcelona lost 2-0, but in both sides, I think the losing side should be hard done by from the result. I think Barcelona played extremely well at times. Rafinha as well. A couple great chances from him. He looks very lively. I didn't think Rafinha would hit it up as quick as he is in Barcelona. I think it'd take him a little bit of time, especially coming from Leeds to the such a big club that is Barcelona. But no, he set it off right away. Very direct and always looks to get a shot off, and usually does, and it looks, like it's going in almost all the time. So yeah, they should feel hard done by the result. Pedri not missed a sitter, but should have done better. It was kind of like a one-on-one with Neuer, quite close to the goalkeeper. So Pedri low-key had to chip it in order to get some like effort past Neuer, but he could have also squared the ball to, I believe, Ferran Torres, if I'm mistaken, was pretty open at the right across from Pedri, but he hit the post instead. But yeah, other than that, I think, not considering the result of the game, Barcelona played really well being away at the Allianz Arena. Bayern was more clinical, and you'd probably expect that from them. Very organized team. They take their chances when they come, and Barcelona didn't. I think in a couple weeks' time when they play again, they're going to, and it's going to be a different outcome. I still got Barcelona as a favorite to contend for the Champions League. Moving on to my favorite to win the Champions League, Real Madrid. Um, it was an ad game from them, for their standards. That is, scoring two rather late goals by Valverde and Asensio. Real Madrid and the next team I'm going to mention, Man City. When they get it going, they're unplayable, I feel. Although Real Madrid got it going late. Yeah, 2-0 win against Leipzig. Nothing crazy. Asensio and Valverde scoring. Valverde's goal is really nice. I saw a quote earlier today from Ancelotti, and he said, if you don't score more than 10 goals this season, you could rip up my coaching license. And that just shows how much faith Ancelotti has in what's usually a CDM or deep line midfielder, who, yes, does love to get forward, but his main job isn't to score. But he scored what, two goals last two games? Pretty good for center defensive midfielder by trade. Asensio's goal, great goal as well. Tony Kroos on a free kick kind of fizzed in to Asensio at the top of the box, and just whipped it in with so much pace to away from the goalkeeper, hit the post and in. Back in 2018, I was so big on Marco Asensio. I was such a fan of his. He's been sadly plagued a little bit by injury, but I feel on his day he's a really, really good playmaker and a good finisher as well. We saw that against Barcelona that time when he had like the shot, I think it was top left. Yeah, he's a great player, and it was nice to see him score today. Such a good goal as well. Or not today, when they played. But yeah, although I was a little bit concerned in the beginning, because again, they didn't really get it going until a little while. It took them a while to get into the game and really start to create a boatload of chances. But, you know, as long as you win the Champions League, it's a good result, right? No matter how bad you play, it's all about the win. And yeah, Real Madrid got that, and we know what they could do to the bigger clubs. I think partially because it was Leipzig, they were kind of like taking it a little bit easier, especially without Benzema. It was a little bit more calm and relaxed, not as ruthless by Real Madrid, but I think, like, yeah, once they get into the later stages, they're going to be the Real Madrid we saw last year against Man City, for example. Like, that nonstop pressure, that every time counterattack, looking like they're going to score a goal. I think that's coming as well. So, yeah, good game for them as well. Man City and Dortmund, 2-1 to Man City. Can we just talk about this guy, Erling Haaland? I mean, what is, like, this is insane. What that goal he scored was quite crazy. Borussia Dortmund were 1-0 up for what, like a couple minutes. Like, it was 0-0. A pretty boring first half, to be honest. I think Jude Bellingham scored like the 65th, 64th minute, and yeah, from then I thought, oh wow, it's looking like Borussia Dortmund might escape the Etihad with the win and 3 points, which would be crazy. Bellingham also became the record holder for most goals scored by an English team in the UCL, I'm pretty sure. Props to him for that. But that goal from John Stones as well gave me Vinny Company vibes against, was it Chelsea, I think? I think it was Chelsea. I can't quite remember, but when Vinny Company hit it like a couple years ago, it swerved from left to right. I got the same type of vibe from Stones' goal, although I prefer Vinny's. Vinny Company's goal is a little more farther out. Nice cleaner strike as well. But yeah, I think that Stones goal from there, just because of like the degree of goal that went in and who scored it, like their center back who's not meant to score goals like that. From then on, I knew City were gonna win because that's gonna give them the energy and the boost they need to go on and push at home against Borussia Dortmund. A goal of that quality should push any team to finish the game out at that point. When you see your center back do something like that, you gotta get the win. You gotta get the 3 points from there. So that was a great goal to watch. I remember watching that live. My jaw absolutely dropped. And then Haaland's goal. Oh my God. The great ball in from Cancelo, which can we talk about? I feel like the goal was so good that the ball in itself isn't talked about that much. And as a guy who likes to play midfield, I have to talk about that. But that ball in from Cancelo outside the boot is not an easy thing to do. But to put it right into Haaland's path, and he wasn't even making like a run to begin with. He kind of just fizzed it into where he'd think Haaland would be. It's not like Haaland was making a run. He kind of just put his hand up, like, oh, put it here. And Cancelo put it on an absolute plate for him with the outside of his boot. It was a beautiful pass, beautiful ball in. And Haaland, almost Zlatan, no, I'm not going to say that almost. Like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, like, just rises and throws a boot at it. And it goes in. This guy is absolutely unreal. He could score with his right foot, with his left foot, with his head, jumping in midair with the outside of his boot. He could do it all. This guy's going to be probably one of the greatest strikers we've ever seen, or at least I've ever seen, because I'm quite young. Hopefully you thought that. I don't look too old, but like whatever this guy touches turns to goals. Like, it's unbelievable. And I don't see him getting the ball that much as I think he used to, especially at Dortmund. I feel like they had played through him a lot. City are at points playing through Haaland a lot more, but they also just play their own game where they don't need Haaland, because they proved for 2 straight years they could win without a striker. And I feel like sometimes, they don't use Haaland to his full capabilities at points and kind of forget he's on the pitch. But he don't need the ball 50 times. He only needs 10 touches to score 2 goals. So that's a dream for a team who proved they don't need a striker to win the Prem. But now they got the best one in the world. So, yeah, it's over. The Premier League is definitely over. But I think if it's not Real Madrid winning the Champions League, it's got to be Man City. Surely this is their year. I think if they don't do it this year, Pep has to be on the line. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but surely if they don't do it this season, Pep's job is up for jeopardy. Like, maybe not sacked completely, which probably won't happen, but it has to be talked about at that point. Like, the Prem is going to be yours every year. Say Haaland stays for the next 5 years. They're going to win at least 4 out of the next 5 if Haaland's there. I guarantee it. Liverpool, Chelsea, maybe even Arsenal, Spurs will win 1, but City will win 4, if not 5 of 5. So yeah, the Prem's already gone. I think you have to win the Champions League with this team. Like, you have to at this rate. If you lose like a really tight game to Madrid or a really, really good team in the Champions League in the final, fair enough. You have to, at like the very, very least, make it to the final and play well. If you have a blunder like you did against Chelsea, in a game of which City really should have won if they played their cards right, then yeah, it should be easy from there. But if they don't do that, I think Pep's job should be on the line. That's just me personally speaking, because I could be the manager and probably win the Prem with that team. I definitely can't win the UCL with that team, though, but I could win the Prem. Just play that same team week in, week out, make a couple changes here and there, and you'll get 35,000 points. Yeah, I think City are going to win the league by maybe 15, 17 points. It's not even going to be close with how the other teams are looking. I know Arsenal are top of the league right now, but I don't expect it to stay. I expect City to really get into their stuff. And yeah, like, I've seen in seasons before, Pep has relatively shaky starts for his standards. They got a draw against Newcastle, got a draw somewhere else, and they're only 2 points behind Arsenal. That's not going to stand for too long. You're going to see them go on a mad, 14 winning streak, just normal Pep City thing. So that's why my standards are so high. If they don't win the Champions League with this team, his job's got to be on the line for me. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Then we had Chelsea versus who'd they play? Salzburg, right? I think we looked a lot better, a lot more attacking, a lot less flat than we used to against Tuchel with that 5 at the back formation, that terrible formation. We had Havertz playing striker and stuff. We played like a 4-2-3-1, I believe, with Aubameyang, Havertz, Mount, and Sterling, with Kovacic and I believe Jorginho occupying the midfield. I really liked it. We only got a draw at home, which isn't the best result, but we threatened the goal so many times. I really thought we were undeserving of a draw and should have won, but it was our manager's first game. I could already see a difference, and I'm not only saying that because I'm delusional and I like Chelsea, but I genuinely saw a different tempo, a different energy from these players that we were just not seeing under Tuchel recently. Not even recently, not even since last year. Chelsea were diabolical last year. No one's going to talk about them, but they were not good last year at all. And I thought we weren't going to get top 4. But I really enjoyed how he played against Salzburg. I saw a lot of energy, a lot of effort, constant threat of attacking the goal. Nothing flat. Players in their semi-right positions. Like, I know Mount's not generally a right winger, but he'll have to. I think I'd rather Mount on the right wing and Havertz and Cam than Mount and Cam and Havertz at right wing. I do prefer Mount and Cam compared to Havertz, but I don't want Havertz outright. And I think Havertz could really develop into the player we all thought he was going to be if he gets given significant game time in the Cam role. That's just my opinion. But I really enjoyed how he played. Kepa, I thought, is looking pretty good. I would think I'd start him next game in the Premier League. I'm not going to lie. That goal that he conceded, maybe could have done a little bit better on. But honestly, he looks a lot more controlling, a lot more composed. I think that competition from Mendy was good for him to continue to grow and to keep developing. I think it's worked. But I think it's time to reinstate Kepa into the starting 11. Mendy has been another one shocking the last couple of months, really. Even from last year, he wasn't really that good. Came into the team, was amazing. Probably best keeper of the year. Now, I don't know. He's like not even a shadow of that. So hopefully that could get going. But yeah, I was really impressed by how Chelsea played. Hopefully we can finish second in the group, because I'm pretty sure Milan are going to run away with it, especially how their team is playing with like Rafael Leao and all, Fikayo Tomori at the back. Hoping Chelsea just get second and go through, but if not, it's okay. And yeah, Napoli is the final one I want to talk about. This is a good young team who I'm really enjoying watching play. Especially, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Number 77, Cravadona, I think people are calling him, something like that. He looks really good. Oshiman up top as well. They beat Rangers, I believe. 2-1 was it? Let me just double check that. Oh, it was 3-0. Oh, damn. That was a good game. I know the keeper for Rangers saved the penalty. It got ruled for encroachment, so they had to take it again. Saved it again, and then had another penalty to face. But they changed the kick taker and almost saved it, but it was scored. But Napoli, I think, have been playing really, really good. Ndombele scored for them. Ex-Spurs player who I thought was really good for them. I don't know why he left. But Napoli's a team that I think could genuinely make it far. Maybe like pushing semifinals, honestly. I really like how they played. I mean, they completely obliterated Liverpool, which was 50% of Joe Gomez's fault. He probably will never play again in the Champions League for Liverpool, at least start. And they got the job done against Rangers away from home as well. So Napoli could be a little team where you could be surprised by how good they are and how far they can make it. And I really think they can make it to around the semifinals. If they continue to play their ball and their game, use their pace to their advantage, they could surprise a couple teams, you know? They could go in the semifinals against, like, Liverpool, who they absolutely just demolished in match week 1. So we'll see what happens. They play AC Milan this weekend, which is going to be a good game. I can't wait to watch that. Two relatively informed teams, both informed in the league as well as the Champions League. That's going to be a good game to watch. But yeah, that was a really good week for Champions League. A couple of really good games. Yeah, it's really getting me into football a lot more, especially with the World Cup fastly approaching, which I can't wait for. And I can't wait to see the development of the rest of the Champions League, because I really think it's going to be a good year where you could make the case for 3-4 teams to really contend for it. Like, you know, I could give you Barcelona, look really good, Real Madrid, City, PSG, Bayern. Those are just a couple teams. And then you got outsiders like Milan, Napoli, who look really, really good as well. So yeah, that's been today's episode of the All Things Philly podcast, and I hope to see you at the next one. Leave a comment, like if you enjoy, and subscribe if you're new. See you at the next episode.